welcome back to Ghost Chats Podcast. I'm your host, Tina. I am here with IPSI today.
Yo.
We're going to talk about our Rhodes Hotel adventure.
Well, I mean, it was still an adventure. I had fun. I had fun being there and seeing the place and seeing Mike again. Mike was, as always, a very gracious and cool host.
Mhm.
We had been there, I don't remember how long ago it was. It feels like forever ago.
Mhm.
On one of the public investigations.
Was that just a daytime?
Yeah, it was a daytime thing, and there was a handful of other people there, and
Mhm.
we just kind of got the history of the place and walked around. Did a little bit of like voice record. Back then, all we had was a voice recorder, and we didn't get anything on any of that stuff either. But we did sit down in that front kind of parlor area, and we
Mhm.
talked with Mike Couch for quite a while, just talking about our adventures and stuff we've seen in the past and stuff he's done in the past. And
Yeah.
found out that he's been with TAPS and worked with them on a couple of their episodes
so
as a
cool.
guest investigator. He's done a lot in his time.
He's gone to Waverly, right? Because
worked
he worked it. Yeah, he worked
Yeah.
at Waverly, so
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What a
so
dream. Oh, just trying to get to Waverly.
now he owns a haunted hotel, and
That's awesome. No, he was super, super nice. Very informative. Yeah. I liked him a lot. It was a good experience. Wasn't a super busy night, which we'll discuss, but
yeah, it was quiet, but it was
yeah. But I
cool
think
building.
I think it's important to kind of talk about like that is the reality of paranormal investigation is that not every location you're going to get activity at any activity
Yeah,
or even minimal activity.
activity is never guaranteed.
No.
Like a lot of people, I feel like, and he even brought it up. Like sometimes people are expecting something.
Yeah.
They put money down to go
Yep.
and investigate somewhere and
Mhm.
get the pants scared off of them, and
Yeah.
nothing
Well,
happens.
I think that is because of people like Zach Baggins
Yeah, it's our
and
good
all
friend
of
Zach
the
Baggins.
ghost shows that are out there that basically guarantee that they go to these places and oh shit, it's haunted as fuck. And
and don't realize how much time and effort these people have invested. They can
Right.
spend easily days, if not weeks, to
Mhm.
gather 3 hours, if even that, of evidence.
Right.
So,
All mushed down into like a 30-minute episode of
because a lot of people
whatever.
are like, if you pay attention to the background, you could tell like certain days are, it's
Mhm.
more lit up compared to others, and
Yeah.
break it down to a science like, well, that it took them X amount of days by what you see in the background.
Right.
Weirdo stuff like that.
Yeah, and then you also have all these YouTubers who are trying to make a career out of this that want to sensationalize it as well. So
Yeah.
they go out there and just make stuff up and make it
Mhm.
make it
That's
seem like
Raymond.
this is
Got Ravens.
everywhere all the time. And
Yeah. Yeah. No, and so I think obviously I like to come back around and do episodes with you guys and have like a debriefing afterwards and everything. But when you have not really a lot of evidence from one, I was like, is it worth doing that and talking about? But I think it is. I think it's very important for us to discuss that, hey, this night wasn't super active at all. We had very minimal interactions and that is the reality of going to locations that I don't think a lot of investigators are willing to discuss and talk about. So,
Yeah, I mean, it is the reality of it. A lot of your night is just sitting in
yep.
silence and just feeling the place
The ghosts
out.
are
And
ghosting us. They're just
yeah, got ghosted by a
Yep.
ghost.
We're the thirsty Texas. They're chasing them around.
But I mean, even growing up watching Travel Channel and watching Taps and Ghost Hunters and stuff on there, my favorite episodes were the ones where they were able to debunk a lot of the thing. Oh, there's this huge story of this haunting and all these ghosts and everything that are doing all these things. And these guys, they're full-time plumbers and do this in their spare time. And they go
Right.
in there and they're like, no, this is just, your pipes are making weird noises, or, they find all kinds of rational explanations.
Yeah.
To
And I think we
me,
had some of that night. I know that we had debunked. I think there was like was it a light or
yeah,
you had seen something in the cameras and so we were trying you were trying to like recreate it, and then
Right.
it ended up being like a hole or
No,
there was something
we
in the
we
wall.
were in the front parlor,
Mhm.
like the entry area where they had set up the death bell.
Yes.
So we were up there and we were actually getting some noise happening on the death bell. So
Mhm.
that's where we started the investigation that night. And I was taking pictures just to see if something might pop up in the camera that we
Right.
couldn't see with naked eye. And my flash on and everything. And there was what appeared to be orb or some kind
Mhm.
of anomaly or something that was pretty steadily in one spot. So it
Right.
couldn't be like a dust mote or something
Right.
because that would be floating around. It was like always right there.
Mhm.
I was like, we're trying to do some investigating
Yeah.
and trying to recreate it. And they're like, no, there's a mirror up on the wall and it's
It
reflecting the
had caught
flashback
it.
over
Yeah.
here, right like right where someone's head might be.
Mhm.
So yeah, we were able to kind of debunk some of our own evidence gathering, but it was tending
Again,
to see that
it's an
happen.
important part of it that I don't
Yeah,
think a lot of people do or take seriously enough, or they just, we need the evidence, we need the footage, and we need to be putting it out there. So we're just gonna,
they try to force it to
yeah,
be paranormal
mhm.
or
Or
even
just ignore that they know that it's
yeah,
not,
right.
to get the likes and the views and
Yeah,
stuff.
it sells. It makes sensational views. Um, it's not real.
Yeah.
That's what I always want to try to be is real.
Right.
I want it to be real evidence. We've exhausted every other thing that it could possibly be. Kind of
Mhm.
like in the last when we shared the
At Indiana State Sanatorium. Yeah.
Indiana State and the whole
That picture went
image.
through so many.
We hit it with everything we had, though. We were like, it could be these, or it could be.
Mhm.
We thought it could be Carol,
Yep.
but we're like, I don't think so. I mean, just
Yeah. It
all of
it
the
didn't
manipulation
match,
of the
and
image.
I still wonder if it's me. I know it's probably not, or maybe it's not. I don't know, but it's just crazy to me to see that. If it's not me, that's crazy because it could have
yeah.
been anybody else.
Yeah, but were you wearing a dress that
No,
night?
but it was blurry.
No.
It was
Yeah,
really
but
blurry.
it's very obviously a dress or a skirt.
But a ghost isn't gonna be solid or non-blurry. I
And
don't
I
know,
think I was wearing
just,
these pants, so
but so
I don't.
in the other photo, because it had captured stills and the videos, I had used the same filter on all of those
Mm.
or all the stills that we had got, and I had used that same filter so that I could say, "Hey, all of this is exactly the same, and you can distinctly see your legs in
Yeah,
the other one." So that's why I'm just, and it couldn't have been me because I had the backpack on.
yeah.
Molly had a backpack on.
But the one with me and the jeans, that one was a bit clearer. So I'm wondering, like, I was just confused.
It's
I think we're at the
just
same spot, but the
yeah,
Yeah, because
ghost picture was
yeah, the trail.
blurry.
I don't know. I don't think it was you, girl. And you could see the flashlights and everything
There was
in
absolutely no flashlight in
no
in
light,
that
nothing.
picture.
So I'm thinking we need to go back so I can get that picture
I
again.
mean, I'm game.
Yeah, yeah,
Sign me up.
We seem to be going back every year, so
Yep.
yeah. I want to get a better trail cam
Mhm.
and then try that again and then mark the
Yeah, just
hallway.
block that hallway off completely so that way we know for sure. And I have to say for Rhodes Hotel, I know that we put the trail cam, you guys put the trail cam in the front room. I wish we wouldn't have done that because that was honestly the only room that gave me the ick. Like it threw me off. I think Jeremy had said the same thing, I'm pretty sure.
What is it though?
When we were at Rhodes Hotels, they had put the trail cam in, where we were at the parlor in the front, the room across from that on the other side of the stairs was another like sitting room.
Mm.
And I think that's where they had the funerals and stuff was in that room.
yeah.
I don't know. I walked over there. I was like, "Ugh, I don't like this." And then when I went to go upstairs, I didn't know fucking Thomas was sitting in the chair in there. I almost screamed. He scared the piss out of me. I almost died. I almost became a ghost at the Rose Hotel. But yeah, I wish that we would have gone into that room with any of the other equipment.
Doug and I did an Estes in there.
Oh, told you? Okay, so
Yeah.
that was after I left then.
I mean, I would love to have done it a little bit more because when we were sitting in the same room where the dead bell was, I kept
Mhm.
wanting to glance over there. Like, I feel like there's just something just hanging out over there. And
Yeah.
I mean, we did, like Curtis had mentioned, we did do an Estes and it had some stuff, but it was just not like a consistent,
Hmm.
like anything. It was just a lot of words being thrown out. And I mean, the only consistent stuff was it was referring to a Mike or a Michael.
Right.
And at first we thought it was referring to my couch.
Right.
And because it was like saying, I don't want to be here no more. I want to leave. Can you help me leave? He's keeping us here, kind of talk. And we're like, we don't, we wouldn't suspect of him, my couch, to ever do
Right.
something sketchy. So we were sitting there like, why is there saying such bad things about him? And not trying to say we're, starting some conspiracy if Mike is doing somebody.
Right.
I just want to get that out there. We're not like wanting to start up something, but it just seems odd.
When you guys had talked to Mike Couch about it the next morning, and hadn't he mentioned that sort of talk, those sorts of things
Yeah.
were voiced over like other Estes methods and stuff like that by other people?
Yeah. He mentioned that other groups were getting also Mike and Michael, and that
Mhm.
supposedly there was a gentleman in the past that was associated with the Rhodes Hotel, and I'm assuming around the time of when it was a brothel and speakeasy, and
Gotcha.
he had a tendency to be a very controlling guy
Okay.
and was doing stuff with the girls
Mhm.
and being very controlling. And Mike was even giving me the advice, like, if you ever come across where something's trying to control and tell the spirits to not talk, say, hey, leave them be. You can come and talk to us. Try not let whatever's controlling you stop you. You could
Mhm.
come forward and talk to us. And that's what he was referring to even at the Rose, is like, be assertive and say, hey, you can talk to us. Don't let whatever's controlling you control you. Yeah,
Yeah.
get your voices out.
I also remember because I was the one that was under. Um, I remember hearing a lot about a necklace too, and I was maybe wondering if because I was wearing a Saint Michael necklace, like an
Mhm.
emblem with Saint Michael on it. So
Yeah.
maybe I was thinking maybe it couldn't get through because I was wearing that. It's kind of like a protection sort of
Right.
emblem kind of thing. So it could have been referring to that. Be like, hey, I'd like to talk, but I can't get through because
Right.
you got a barrier or
Right.
whatever.
Well, and is the name.
Yeah, I mean, it was saying Michael.
Right.
We were thinking Michael because of, like he
The
said,
owner.
Mike, but it could have been Saint Michael. It
Right.
said necklace at least twice. I
Gotcha.
remember. It's hard to remember when you're the one that's under because you're not
Mhm.
associating the words to anything.
Right. Right. You're just kind of, yeah.
Just like,
Well, you can't hear what they're being asked. Yeah. So you're just shouting out. Yeah. Yeah. So we started in the parlor in the dead bell. I don't know. How did you guys feel about the dead bell? I wish we would have moved it around a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I felt like we should have tried to mix it up and
Mhm.
move it in various places. And I mean, we tried a few times where we just flat out turn it off because Mike would mention that, they would physically make the bell ring, which we've
Right.
had it off and it never once gone off unless it was turned on. But yeah, I felt like we should have mixed it up, with place it in different locations. And I feel like next time, if we do return to Rhodes, we would bring an additional dead bell and see if it makes a difference, if that's the only
Right.
one they're focusing on, or maybe there's something faulty wrong with that one, or
Yeah.
even Mike the next morning kind of mentioned that sometimes it just goes off so much that he
Yeah.
thinks that maybe it could be defective or
Yeah.
overly sensitive or something.
Because it was really, we did get the cat ball. So what would you call it? Was a desk that that it
Like
was
the
on.
entry
It was like a
podium
check-in
kind of
desk
thing.
almost. Yeah. So the dead bell was sitting up on top of that, and then we had put a REM pod on the other side and then a cat ball in the front. The cat ball did go off a couple of times, but the REM pod, not even one time
Which
that whole night, which is so weird.
Yeah, like, I thought that the dead bell kinda operated in the same way
Manner.
as
Yeah.
the REM pod, but the bell was going off like crazy, and the REM
Yeah.
pod felt whole night that I know of, it never went off even once.
Yeah. And then there were a couple of times where the cat ball was going off almost simultaneously or right after the dead bell. So I was like,
Yeah.
is that bell just like going off so hard that it's setting off the cat ball? Like, was there a vibration? But the cat ball did go off a couple times without the dead bell
Yeah.
going off. So I think there's probably something there, but it was a very inconsistent night for sure as far as evidence is concerned. And then the inconsistency, and then it was just quiet.
I'm wondering if we could take that into the room that Thomas got touched.
Yeah.
Maybe that we could get something then. I didn't
Yeah.
think about that. I was too tired to think.
Yeah, I think
maybe.
we all were. It was a Sunday. Yeah, Thomas, do you want to talk about? Because you were in room 1, right?
Yeah, I was just sitting there in room 1, and there's a so when you walk in, if you look directly in front of there from the door to the other wall, there's just a chair there. I just was kind of just wandering around and sitting in random places, and yeah, I was just sitting there, kind of leaned forward like this, and I just felt like fingers go up my back, like trying to,
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, what's the word? Like intimately, like trying to.
Right.
I was like, nope.
Because I think we were upstairs at the time, and all of a sudden Thomas just comes out of the room. And he's like, "Yep."
I was like, yeah, I was about to leave, and I was like, hey, no, stop. This is what we're here for. But
Right.
when you get disembodied fingers going up your spine,
And that'll throw anybody off.
Jeremy was trying to get touched, so he was jealous because he said he can't get touched in the real life or the afterlife or something like that. He made a comment the day after because he spent the whole night trying to get touched.
Yeah, for Jeremy. And Jeremy's not here with us today, so we have none of his input. But
but yeah, like, and I thought maybe it could have been the curtain, but the way the chair, it was blocking the curtain from flowing.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what else it could have been.
yeah, I didn't get any touches or anything like that there. Really, it was just that front room just kind of gave me the heebies, and then the rest of the night, like the dead bell was cool, and the cat ball going off was neat. I have not looked at the footage because I had 2 cameras set out, and then the EMF, and then an EVP, but I haven't gone through any of that yet.
Yeah, I don't feel bad. I finally looked at some
I'm
of my
slacking.
stuff, and it doesn't help. My laptop's wanting to act like a 80-year-old man and wants to go super slow
Those are the
uploading things.
worst.
I've only managed to get like 2 videos uploaded, and I was like,
Mhm.
I got like at least 10 more to go.
I went through ISS and Billy Creek footage from September.
From September.
I made some progress.
We'll
Yes.
circle back around a year
Yeah,
after the
right, yeah.
fact.
Next year, check back in with me, and I'll have gone through the Rhodes Hotel stuff.
listen
Right?
to about an hour and a half with my wrist recorder, and
Mhm.
I didn't hear anything
Nothing.
aside from the bell ringing and
Mhm.
us goofing around and stuff. But I mean, I didn't hear anything extra, and I hadn't gotten any further than that yet.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm curious to see because I left the EVP, like the little audio recorder, I left that in the kids' room with the toys and stuff. So I'm curious to see if anything happened to that. And the what was it, room 6? Because I put the camera in room 6 because I didn't like room 6 either.
You're probably gonna get some sounds of me snoring because I fell asleep in there at one point.
In the kid room,
Yeah.
we had come up and you were like laid over the bed. And you're like, all right. All right. So not EVPs, just Thomas sleeping. Got
Just
it.
a demonic Thomas snoring. I mean, I recollect a lot of things. I know at one point when I got done using the restroom and everybody was upstairs, I was like, I'll join everybody. Everybody's having a hoop and hollering good time up there.
We were putting on a finger puppet show.
Yeah,
Or not finger puppet, but shadow.
shadow puppets.
I don't care. I think Carol had like moved her hand or something, and there were 2 holes in the wall, and she hit it just right, and it looked like eyes on her, and I just lost it. We were so tired by then. We were just like delusional, and I recorded that. So there is a video.
No, yeah, you
TikTok.
posted one.
I put it in the
Like a
group.
short. Yeah.
Yeah, I put it in the group. It's hilarious. Shadow puppets. We need more of those to happen at Ghost Hunts, I think. It was great. But the ghost liked it.
It was fun. It was entertaining.
Yep.
That was probably the most entertaining part of the whole.
We had to drum up our own activity. And let's talk about the shitter in the room. That was another of our absolutely just delirious. We were cracking up. Doug wasn't up there for that. He has no idea what we're talking about.
I'm still confused about that.
Yeah. I
Is
had no
literally
idea.
like a wooden
It
toilet
was on wheels.
on wheels. And then Jeremy says something like he fell asleep in the room that he thought he was going to get touched in. Like he was trying to get like have action with some ghost.
Yep.
Because
He was looking
from
for
the
hot ghosts.
yeah
Yep.
the was it Dead Bell? Yeah. It said like it was going to be in what room was that? 5?
5. Yeah.
It was going to be in room 5, and Jeremy went straight up there thinking he was going to get some or
He
something.
beelined it to room 5.
But then he said he heard like a chair or some wheels or something outside the room. You remember him saying that? I don't know.
No, it was
He
after
said
I
he-
left because he put it in the chat. But I had already headed home because I had to work the next morning.
Yeah, me and Thomas were one of the few people still awake, and I remember seeing that chat come through. Is anyone else awake? Is anybody hearing that? We're like, no, we don't hear anything because we're
Yeah.
downstairs. And he's like, I swear I'm hearing a couple chairs scuffling around up here.
Yeah. But the room that Carol had laid down in and he was up there with you at the time, and then Curtis was in there. There was, just a wooden toilet on wheels in the corner. And he brought it up, and I was like, I'm not really sure what to make of this. Like, why is there a wooden shitter in the corner of this room?
and why does it have wheels?
So then we were talking about how we would not be invited back to Rhodes Hotel because we were going to ride the potty down the stairs.
That's the only part that I remember was walking in saying you're just gonna write it down the hallway.
And Thomas was like, I can't be part of this. I gotta go.
There was one point. It's like barely anything, but I was the only one upstairs at one point in the child's room, and the cat ball in the hallway would just go off on its own.
Was this your pre-nap?
Yeah,
Okay.
the pre-nap.
Pre-napping. Okay.
And I think you were gone at that point, so I guess I wasn't the only one upstairs. Carol was kind of asleep, and then Curtis, Doug, and I think Jeremy were all downstairs, and it would just randomly go off. Was it? And I took a video of it.
Curtis,
Took like a small phone video of it, but I didn't see anything. But yeah, it
Yeah.
just seemed like it was on its own.
Usually when they start lighting up like that, I like to replace it with another one because I always wonder, if it's like glitching or something. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I've only seen the cat balls go off only a handful of times of all the places that I've been to. We had them go off at Billy Creek in the church, but nowhere else that we'd set them up at Billy Creek that I can recall. And then at Rhodes, just those couple of times. And obviously, again, I haven't watched the footage where I had my cameras, but while it was up on the podium thing, that's the only other time I've seen a cat ball go off. So
We have had them go off in the 5th floor ISS, the criminally insane floor. I don't remember we were doing the was it dowsing rods or we did it on one of the rooms and we had the cat ball pendulum, and we had the cat ball go off there. I think you saw like
Yeah, that was the room we went into because I saw the shadow figure kind of like cut across the group and into that room, and so that's where we went. And yeah, we had it right at the corner of the door, and it would go off in the doorway.
And was that a previous time that you guys were at ISS?
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't know if I learned it from somewhere, but I decided like if things are like trying to keep an eye on us peeking around the corners, why not put it right there by the door, corner of the door? And sure enough, like it lit up like right where somebody would like peek around the corner to check in on us. I've done that from time to time to places, just place it at corners, and
Yeah.
we had it at the governor's at Billy Creek, and when we had something peeking around the corner, and I was like, oh, let's just put a cat ball right there. And sure enough, it started lighting up.
Thomas had a really good experience with the cat ball the first time we went to Billy Creek in the schoolhouse. We went into the schoolhouse and we didn't get a whole lot in there. We were
Yeah,
just
the
playing around
schoolhouse
with
when we were there was just
It was quiet. Yeah. We were just playing around with the dunce hat, pretending to be, yeah, Doug the dunce.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
remember. I have a picture of it though.
but Thomas went back in there and he was trying to get a child spirit to race between one
Mhm.
cat ball to the other, and he was able to get that one to go, and then the
Well,
one
that's
closest to
cool.
him to go. So he got that on video. I think it was just 2, yeah, but he was able to get, first one and then the next one to go off like something had run past it. So
Nice.
that was probably the best cat ball experience I've ever seen.
He does have that. You do have that as a short, don't you? So it is on video.
Yeah, it'll be on Instagram, and I think we even have it one of the few videos we have on YouTube.
Very nice.
So if anyone wants to check that out.
So we had kind of like discussed things that we might have done differently at Rhodes or any location that we go to that might not be like giving us activity. So like moving the dead bell, I think we should have done that. But what else do you guys think?
Um, well, before I hand this off to Carol, I I was one of the crazy people and stayed up the whole entire night. And so, out of desperation to do something, I pulled up finally GhostTube
Mm-hmm.
and was using that. So it was the first time ever using it. And that was the one thing I think we should use a little bit more often is some kind of like as questionable as those ghost apps are. Sometimes they kind of have some
Yeah.
usefulness. But I remember as soon as I turned it on, I just sat there and was like, okay, what do I do now? And the first word that popped up is go speak. And I'm like, okay, I'll speak. And I got to talking, and all of a sudden it was like, be quiet. And I'm like, you told me to speak. And the most highlight moment from that was I had a spirit come through. I think it was just shortly after I gave the name Dave. And it was like, she's going to touch you. I'm like, okay, sure, touch me, fine. And then a moment went by and it goes, she's going to touch you. I'm like, okay, sure, go ahead and, touch me. And then I came through, he touched you. I'm like, wait a minute. You said she, not a he. And I was like, I believe I got catfished by a ghost.
The same one that was catfishing Jeremy.
Yeah.
Right.
Bounced between the two of us. And that was I mean, I feel like that was something we can probably use, not rely on it heavily. Rock, paper, scissors for who goes next.
So yeah, like what I said, just replacing the cat balls in case they're being glitchy,
Mhm.
just try out another one and see if it keeps doing it. And then I also said earlier about getting a better quality trail cam, which
Yeah.
is definitely something I think we should do.
Yeah, I think adding more trail cams out too, because you guys only have one, right? And I mean, I don't have any in my kit, so that's something that I would like to add in the near future when I'm able. Um, our own dead bell would be awesome. Just something fun, that we can bring out and use alternatively. Light strips. I want those.
They've got candle ones that light up with EMF detector, so kind of like a K2 meter, but
Mhm.
it looks like a candle. So the
Oh,
brighter that it
I'll have to look up those
yeah,
because I haven't seen those.
because I think that integrating your detection equipment with trigger
Mhm.
objects that would be more familiar to something that came from before. Talking to somebody, hey, interact with this weird alien looking thing with lights on it
I
and
am
an
not touching
antenna.
that.
They're like, oh, no, thanks.
That
But
is
if you're
gonna
like, hey,
suck me up into it.
hop over and brush your hand over the candle, then
Right.
maybe. So I think trigger objects are a good
Mhm.
thing to try to do. Which Doug brought
I was
some
gonna say,
whiskey.
yeah, Doug had a good forethought there to bring the whiskey with us to Rhodes, given that it was supposedly a speakeasy at one
Yeah,
point.
I even brought some cash too because it was a brothel, and I
Mhm.
was like, well, maybe try to tempt them with some money and had mixed results.
So yeah, the strips. The first time I went to ISS, I think it just with you, Thomas, or was it with it doesn't matter. So we were in the I can't remember what it's called. It's like the
The steam tunnel.
yeah, I
Minor
think
tunnels and everything.
yeah. Okay. So they were trying to get somebody to sing So they had 3 of them, right? And they were asking the spirits or whatever, like, who they wanted to sing, and it literally did an arrow at me. I'm like, "Are you freaking serious?" There's like 20 of us down there because we had small groups, we had to combine groups for I
Mhm.
forget why, and it went right at me and kept doing it too. So, yeah, I wanna get some of those.
I'm gonna be the black sheep. Everyone's talking about new equipment. I think we get really caught up on one thing. Like at Hannah House, it was the first time we had done Estes method, and I feel like that's literally all we did all night. Like we had
Yeah.
all of this other stuff. We didn't try and experiment. And then the same thing with raids. I feel like we really got stuck hung up on that dead bell.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's what we really need to start doing is kind of just going back to the roots, the things that we already have, and just kind of trying to experiment like, okay, this isn't working. Let's put that away, do this. And sometimes like just sitting in a room with a voice recorder and just trying to have a conversation can get
Yeah.
more than all of it.
Yeah. I think we did a good job with switching it up though at ISS and Billy Creek. We kind of used just about everything in the arsenal of shit that we brought.
Yeah.
So, because we did dowsing rods, we had the
Yeah.
EMF, we had K2 meters, we had the cat balls, we had the REM pods. I have my own laser grid now, so we'll have more than one of those. I have cameras that I can bring with, and I have that have great night vision now. So, but I can only use those at places that have electricity. So,
Yeah.
um, wouldn't be a good option for like ISS and stuff. But that's true. Yeah, I have a big one on my my ghosty list that I want that is solar powered. So
Mhm.
To kind of piggyback off of what Thomas said, sometimes it's just simply just sitting in the dark and talk it out with them and just see what happens.
I remember Billy Creek in the church. We got
mhm.
a lot of activity once the music started playing.
Yes. Yep.
And I think music can be a very powerful trigger to
Yep.
entice something to come out and start interacting.
Were you guys playing music at Rhodes too? I think at
Yeah,
one
I
point.
did. I did try and put some on. It did not do anything.
It kind of for a millisecond kind of spiked something up, but it wasn't like I know we were
Definitely not Billy Creek style.
no,
because
no. Because I think we were trying to entice is like, well, if you interact with something, I'll get up and dance. And it wasn't really
they
doing
said no,
anything.
thank you.
It's like, no, we don't want to see some modern day white boy try to dance.
Yeah, we didn't get the REM pod singing along with Ave Maria like we did.
No, we haven't
That
put that
was
video up.
so
We need to
amazing.
get that up
I've
for
never
everybody.
seen that before.
I did release some of the REM pod activity though. I created a little short video and put that up on TikTok a little bit ago. So from Billy Creek. Yeah, me personally, on the investigations that I have been on, I don't think there's been another night that has been as active or has had as much happen as at Billy Creek for us.
Yeah.
So for me personally, like I've had other things happen, obviously, in my life in general and on investigations, but Billy Creek, man,
Yeah, I
took
mean,
the
it
fucking cake.
took us by surprise because
Yeah.
we heard the history of it, and it's like,
Mhm.
okay, it's just a bunch of old buildings that were
Yeah.
just brought there. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a remnant of an actual village. We're like, okay, maybe something might just be residual, or
Yeah.
who
No,
knows?
I don't think that was
But no,
residual.
it was very
At least,
intelligent.
yeah, what was in the church was very intelligent, I think.
Yeah,
So
so
that was
it
pretty
took us
cool.
all by surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy
No, we'll
Creek
definitely
is
be going back to Billy Creek.
yes, very,
So,
very much. And I want to go back to Rhodes again. I mean,
yeah.
even Mike says that there's off nights where just
Yeah.
stuff doesn't happen, and they seem to be kind of shy that they get used to him because he's been
Mhm.
there for a long time. He even talked about other investigating teams
Bringing
bringing
him out.
him out.
He is the trigger
Yeah,
object.
he is the trigger object because they were getting like what we were getting on the Estes, asking for Mike or
Mhm.
something, and they went, "Hey, you wanna come and investigate with us, try to get some activity?" And then they were getting all kinds of stuff when
Yeah.
he was there, so
I think going forward too, I mean, I think everybody and me doing the podcast, obviously I usually put out an episode before I go to a place about the place. But I think instead of just doing the research and just talking about it, kind of trying to figure out what trigger items might be a good idea to bring or, to utilize while we're at these places to maybe drum up some activity from the beyond would be a good idea.
Yeah.
So,
Speaking of drumming up the spirits, I've even contemplated using particular devices that are
yeah, I was gonna
claiming to emit energy or
what is it,
uh,
the EMF pump or
yeah, and there's various other models and
yeah.
stuff, but I've even thought of experimenting with that, see if those even actually work,
Mm.
trying to drum up some like
And they're
give them
pretty cost
energy.
effective. It's not like,
Yeah, they're not,
dumping a bunch of money into something that may or may not
yeah.
work. So,
And it's something that, might help drum up content is just like use various, branded items to say,
mhm,
hey, this is, we've compared these items and give our thoughts of like, well, in certain circumstances, this one works better than this one,
right.
or was this worth the money, or is this just all talk and no game? Not necessarily trying to like poo poo on everybody's,
Right. But
devices and stuff, but just to kind of, maybe assist with beginners and like what
mhm,
might be cost effective and starting out if you want to,
right. Because I know that I had like when I first started doing actual paranormal investigations and was just starting to try and get equipment to do that, it was hard looking and finding things. And there are so many different models and there's so many different manufacturers and just all of that. And some are better than others. It goes
Mhm.
with literally anything else in the world. So,
or you
yeah.
might get some brands that are just better than others, and some are just more for the talk than actual.
Yeah, I know that you and I had discussed some of that too. And actually, I don't know. I don't know if I told anybody really other than you that I
Yeah.
am an affiliate now with US Ghost Adventures and GhostDaddy. And they put out, like, they have some of their own, like,
I think
REM
it,
pods
yeah,
and
I think they
the
have,
EVP pump or,
and
yeah.
the Dead Bell. I think they
Yeah,
have
they
their
have
own
their own,
version.
the Medusa's net, the laser grid that I got one of theirs. So,
Hmm. So it's
yeah.
something to dabble in, and any forms of assistant getting some
Hmm.
funds and get some new equipment to play with. That's something to look forward to and dabble with.
Yeah. Um, let's say what else as far as like drumming up activity other than Jeremy's
Trying to
aggressiveness
aggressiveness and hoping something comes along and hits on him.
touches him.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about the strips. I mean, maybe Jeremy can strip.
Yeah, right. You can strip. He'll be our strip, our chicken
Warn me
strip.
then.
We got to try everything here.
Right. Desperate. It's too quiet.
I don't know. Saying going off to another room did remind me during the investigation at Rhodes. What I think I was trying to lead up to is when I was going upstairs to talk to you guys when you're
Mhm.
all having fun. I remember I'd just gotten to the top of the stairs and Thomas had turned and looked at me and he's like, "Oh, great! Look, it's Doug. He's going to ruin the fun." And I was more or less, "Fuck you guys. I'm going to go this way." And I literally went off into room one and just sat there by myself.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I was just having these weird feelings like just being isolated and felt
Room one's
alone.
Estes method was weird as fuck too.
Mm, It's
Room
this
one's
method.
Estes method. Curtis had done an Estes method in room one when we were in there.
It was very
It
derogatory.
was very. It was something.
What did it say? I don't.
Pull my dick, grab me.
Was that the one that Thomas got touched?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, we need to go back in there with all this stuff.
Right. Yeah. Room
And maybe
one
just
was,
like one or two people, and then the rest of us can go somewhere. They're probably not going to.
Yeah, I think it was just too many.
Or Thomas, just Thomas.
right. They seem to like
So you can have some alone time with whatever.
with Tanya.
One of the working girls. I don't know. I just felt really isolated in that room. It was like I was motivated to go check in with you guys, but it's just like, no, I just rather stay here. And I think Thomas had walked down there and I barely acknowledged him.
Yeah.
Mm.
Back to the Estes method, there were a couple same kind of situation. Like it was very derogatory and stuff, but it was also very like down. Like it wasn't upbeat. There wasn't a lot of chattering. It was very like depressing
Yeah.
mode things that he was saying. So
Yeah. Because one of the Rhodes members, the son, had
Mhm.
passed away there due
Mhm.
to tuberculosis.
Right.
And then, of course, being tuberculosis patient, you were isolated and left
Mhm.
alone. So I was more or less just sitting there. I was like, Is that you am I interacting with? Because I just feel alone and isolated. And I'm hearing people just down the hallway that I can easily go talk to and have fun
Right.
with. But I'm opting to just sit here and just be alone and feel isolated.
And during that Estes method, I don't remember if it was that one or the one that me and Doug had, but I remember like a moment of clarity. Like when you're under in the Estes method, you hear all the radio stations just kind of
Yeah.
cycling through. Like there was at one point it just kind of all quieted down, and what was the word? It was like the one word just emerged.
It was
Okay, yeah, it was fun.
because I
I
remember
mean, me
I had
too.
just watched.
But, yeah, it was bizarre. I remember it just because everything all the background sounds kinda
Stop.
stopped,
Yeah,
and it was just very clear, and it was just like, "Fuck." And I was like, "Okay, I'll say it."
That's me. My mind goes quiet, and then it's just fuck.
yeah. I had literally that was one of the few videos I watched, and you even broke out of the whole session. He goes, "That was the clearest fuck I've ever heard." And I think it was like I asked something, and it's like, and I remember hearing right after that, it's like, "What? You didn't care for that question or something?" Whatever I question wise, I was like, "I guess you didn't like that." But yeah, like broke out of that, and you just like, "That was the clearest fuck I've ever heard."
Oh, that'd be my ghost.
That would be Tina, and
Yep.
as we're communicating, was just fuck.
Yep. That and music. 'Cause I had said that earlier. Music be the way to drum my spirit up.
Or we'll just be sitting there and like listening over the recordings. Why are we hearing Sleep Token
I'm gonna say
nonstop?
throw some sleep token on your girl and be out in no time.
Just nonstop, just head banging noises and
Yep.
grunts.
Arf arf. If you know, you know.
I mean, I will say for Rhodes Hotel anyway, I will say that it was a not a very hostile feel
Mm-mm.
to the place. It felt like a hotel, like,
Yeah.
literally just walking in there, you felt like you're just gonna be comfortable, get a good night's rest, go
Yeah.
home, and to that point, I mean, Carol can probably agree, she slept pretty well.
All of our
and
tomfoolery
and
wore right out.
yeah, Jeremy went to bed pretty early.
Mhm.
I stayed up till around 2:30 or so, and I curled up, and I slept pretty soundly throughout the
Yeah.
whole night. I mean,
And honestly, it's very similar feel to Hannah House. Like just
yeah,
calm, not aggressive, very different from Whispers.
yeah,
So Whispers is a whole other game. But yeah, Hannah House and Rose Hotel were some of the more like relaxed places that we've been to.
I'm gonna say for me, Whispers wasn't too horrendously bad, even with the
No.
history of it. Just seemed kind
It
of
just like I didn't get nothing bad happened that night. It was just the feel to it. I don't know. It just was ominous, I guess.
front room where Big Black is supposed to be
Yeah, in the
is
doctor's
yeah,
room. See, like when we were there,
Thomas is nodding.
we were
Yeah.
not even into the investigation. We were simply just getting the information given to us. And I saw that fucking thing on the ceiling. The creeper, whatever the
Yeah.
hell they called their version of the creeper, because I think the creeper's actually Waverly, what Waverly named it. But
Mhm.
very similar entity, and it was just up in the corner of the ceiling. And I was like, oh, great. I think this is gonna be great. And that'd be
Did you see that again?
Whispers.
Was that
Uh,
by the bathroom?
Mm, it was in the parlor. So in the front room when they sit you down and they're like talking about haunting the building, the history of it.
Where the burned door was?
Yeah, where the little girl passed away, where she got caught on fire.
Yeah, I want to go back there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, what he's talking about, we went to what was it? There was the office, right?
Hmm.
And I was just like, kind of doing the Jeremy, like antagonizing, but not being like aggressive.
So
Yeah, I was
you
just-
get grabbed and touched.
I was just like, I was like, if you didn't do anything, why are you so like guilty? Why aren't you saying? You could just feel
Yeah.
like, when someone's just pissed off at you, and you can just that's what it was like. Just this huge burst of angry energy. I'm like, okay, sorry.
Start whimpering off like a dog.
Not in the governor's house at Billy Creek.
Yeah, see,
That-
I didn't. I'm an old lady. I went to bed. I didn't get to
I can't
experience
talk.
that. So
But yeah, I definitely want you to try that out. 'Cause Molly
Mhm.
was there and she saw something. So
yeah, I definitely. The next time we just need to. I think Billy Creek, because we had done ISS the night before.
Yes.
Everybody, I think most of you guys had taken naps at one point, and I was just like raw dogging life that day. But yeah, I didn't take a nap or anything. I went to bed pretty early. But yeah, I wish I would have stayed up and been over there with the governor.
yeah.
Yeah, I was so tired. I was falling asleep during the epic church moment. I was like, I was fading. I'm gonna crawl off in this bench and just fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure that would really rile them up.
You had said at one point you kind of you were out of it in the
Yeah.
back of the church.
Yeah,
so
I was just I can literally feel my energy just draining and fading, and I was like,
they
I
took
had to
your
put the
energy to be messing with.
yeah, I had to put the camera away,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I just want to curl up and fall asleep right here, and I was
Yeah.
like, no, I'm going to tap out and go upstairs and take at least a couple hour nap.
Yeah,
Just
because then
jolt
you
me
could
enough
come back out
to the Civil,
Civil
War
War
house
house. Yeah,
where I cracked my head on the ceiling.
sorry,
About
guys.
knocked myself out again. It's like, oh, I'm going to take a nap here.
Sounds-
Where's Doug? He's snoozing and
he
on
fell
this.
asleep. It's right there.
I don't mind the the plastering on his
No.
forehead,
Yeah.
which once again apologies. Yeah, just pop me on the wooden toilet and wheel me out.
That's the only time I've ever seen a wooden toilet
I
on
mean,
wheels.
On with
On wheels.
mobile.
The wheels gave it a little extra something. So
The work has to be done. I want to tell you. Come on, my wooden steed of doom.
I had ye old Taco Bell last night, but I still must.
oh Lord.
So I guess the only other thing to really discuss is our future plans.
We were kind of sat down and we're talking before we got started. I mean, we all have lists miles long, I think, of places we want to go and see and experience. I think for 2026, Waverly Hills is obviously was like a big ticket item, but they book up pretty quick. So all their overnights are booked. So I think we're gonna try and get out to just do
Just
a
whatever's available.
daytime, group investigation. That's just gonna have to be how we play that one. But I am very excited for that. A Witch Cave at one point during 2026, I think would be a really, really good one. And I think there's another one down there too, another place that
I'm sure. I just can't think
Usually-
off the top of my head.
usually they do them kind of close together or back to back. But yeah, and then we talked about Whispers Estate, hopefully in the coming month, and then Randolph County Asylum.
Yep, Randolph County in tentatively mid-March.
yep.
I'm hoping it's a big location, 60,000 square feet.
Mhm.
It'll be yeah. Well, I mean, we can bring up to 14 people.
Yeah.
Um, it'll be a nice big event on that one.
We're just gonna kind of look forward to booking our 2026 full of all the spooky things. And then I think on any off days that we have that we just want to go out and find a cemetery or something to go.
We could take her to Far Cemetery.
Yeah, I've not been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I know Carol has mentioned a couple times, speaking of Bar Cemetery, and that we can visit Draper's Cabin and kind of use that as a home base.
Yeah, you guys have talked about going and staying there overnight, and so I'd be game for that.
Yeah.
I love camping and stuff. So we are in the tundra these days out here in Indiana, sub-zero fucking temperatures. It's been crazy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to a little warmer of the weather.
Yeah.
So that we can get outdoors.
Yeah, just don't get Drapers in mid-August. You'll just die. That was awful.
No, okay, look. I love camping in the spring and in the fall. The summertime, no thank you. Yeah. Being
No.
outside in the summer in general sucks ass.
Wasn't it actually like September? We thought it was going to be cooler, and then it ended up being like 90 degrees outside. I
Ugh,
think.
I would have died.
I think that's what happened.
In summer.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've done my fair share of like, oh, it should be cooler, and no, it ends up being like the hottest time of the year, and like, come on, man. And then I've had done camping trips where it's like every known weather pattern has happened in 1 week. Where start off sunny and pretty and spring
I'll have to
like.
tell you guys about the 2020 cross country trip I had.
Well, yeah, doing that, of course, we be countering
was-
everything.
It was a trip. I'll tell you what.
Did you see any cryptids on your trip?
I did not. No. I almost blew away on the salt flats in Utah our first night. There's actually a video of we did not sleep that night, obviously, because the wind was so bad. And our side of our tent literally blew in on itself, like caved in, and then it's just shaking all night long. I was like, this is ridiculous. And then the truck broke down, and we were stuck in a parking lot for 18 hours. Truck broke down a second time. That was an easy fix. Got to Yellowstone. This is 4th of July weekend. Yellowstone, snowing. We rolled up, it was raining, and it was just barely freezing. So we were soaking wet. I'm still really sick. We get the tent up finally, and everything's in the middle of the night, and then all of a sudden the temp drops, snow starts. We had nothing warm because it's 4th of July weekend. Everywhere else has been 80 to 100 degrees. So we almost froze to death in Yellowstone. Truck wouldn't start the next morning. And then got on the road. The next day we were at Mount Rushmore. And then it was 90 degrees. So then I was halfway flying to death. And then the next day was Iowa, I think, and it was raining, but still really fucking hot and humid. And then we finally got back to Indy, and the truck broke down 10 minutes from the house and would not start again. We had to have it towed the rest of the way. So yeah, it was a trip.
It was an adventure.
It was so fun. Like I would absolutely do it over again.
Like my last cross country trip, my car caught on fire in a tunnel.
Oh,
That was a fun adventure too. But
oh my God.
looking back, it was a great time. But at the time, I was like,
Yep.
we've got 10 days worth of crap in this car,
God.
and it just caught on fire in the middle of nowhere, Colorado, in a tunnel. And all of ISA was backed up behind us, probably cursing our names
Listen.
in the middle of COVID too. So we got
Ours was the middle of COVID, which
Yeah.
is why we were stuck for 18 hours in the parking lot because everything was closed down. So like it was the U joint or whatever on Phil's truck that broke.
Yeah.
And so he had to like rebuild that whole fucking piece. And yeah.
Yeah, so they got the car fire out. We had all of our stuff out of the car, and then the tow truck came, and we couldn't get in the tow truck with the guy because of
COVID.
COVID and social distancing. So we had to load all of our stuff into the now soaking charcoal car
Oh my God.
and ourselves, and we got loaded up onto the back of the tow truck inside of the car that was just on fire, that
That's
is soaking and horrible, and driven out.
so I wouldn't want a repeat of, a
Yeah.
car fire, but
No.
no, I love road trips.
We did meet the coolest Uber driver ever that took us like 45 minutes to the airport to find the only rental company that was still open at 5:30 p.m. So on a Saturday,
Oh,
and he's just like, "Oh, I'll stay here. You get the car. I'll just chill right here." And he sat in the car with me with all the luggage, just sitting there for like 30 minutes. It was the coolest dude ever.
good people. in the
Yeah,
world
so
still.
if you're out there, Tim or John, listening to us, thank you so much. We still remember you. You were amazing. 5-star Uber review.
Mercy.
I know we're kind of off topic.
That's
but,
fine. Off topics, like my middle name.
I mean, I think our 2026 is going to be evolving as we go along. Also, as long as our finances and plans are available for it.
No, I would love to, like, if everybody was able to, like, the goal would be one a month. And I think between as many people as we have like in the whole group. I think that's doable. Yeah. One a month would be like a solid 2026.
I mean, even if
Right.
it's mostly just quick trips to a cemetery
Mhm.
or even Hannah, which is fairly inexpensive, just a
Yeah.
quick trip over there just to get our toes wet and
Yeah.
maybe practice
Need to
some
get
stuff.
our fix.
You always have a
Start to
fix.
twitch.
I've got some ghosties for us
Put on withdrawals.
I gotta smell that old timey place again.
Yeah, because what? Our last one prior to Rhodes was ISS and Billy Creek.
Yeah, and that was what?
September.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
That
We
seems
can't
like
do that again. We cannot let that happen.
yeah, that's the especially once walking through roads and getting that hit with like that old musky
Mm.
historical building smell. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I missed
Well,
the
it was
smell.
a beautiful place. It was a really, really pretty place. I'll make sure to link their website and stuff in the show notes.
Yeah, always make sure that you support your historical places.
Yeah.
Whether even if you don't investigate, just go and check them out.
Yeah.
And
Most of them have daytime tours for inexpensive. Most of them are like $20, $25.
yeah, and
So,
a lot of times their money goes straight into keeping them up and
yep.
maintained.
Go buy yourself hoodies and shirts. And I don't know, they had postcards. They had all kinds of stuff that you
Oh,
could
yeah.
buy.
Usually these places have some sort of merchandise that
Yeah.
you can pick up.
Yep.
But
Or just do that.
definitely, yeah. Speaking of Mike, he did offer to be open to the fact of partnering with us and going on investigations with us at some point. So
Yeah.
that would be really cool to get
Mhm.
a celebrity ghost hunter
Right?
because he's never been to ISS. He's never been to Billy Creek. There's a lot of places. Yeah,
Maybe he'll do Randolph with us. That'd be cool.
that would be amazing.
Yeah. So we're just gonna load our 2026 full of ghost adventures and doing weird shit. Yep. Well, and if you guys have suggestions of places in the nearby Midwest that you'd like to see us go to, gmail.com. You can email it in. I'm on any social media platform. You can comment on anything. I'm going to see it. And IPSI, they're on all the socials and the YouTube and
Shoot us a message.
yep. And I tag them in everything that we do together. So, but yeah, anything else? All right. Well, thanks for joining us today. We're going to get off of here and go talk ghosts. Thanks for being here, guys. See you next time.
Thank
Stay
you.
creepy. Bye.